Alright, hello. Now what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be going through games and trying them out and deciding whether or not they belong on my little SNES Classic, which I have modded to have all sorts of classic games on it. So, decided to start with Donkey Kong. So this game I used to play a lot back in maybe about 10 years ago. There was a little documentary called Fistful of Quarters, King of Kong. And me and my buddy Steve used to play this to try to see if we could ever go pro. And we did pretty good, but never actually anything, you know, that could reach on any good, like, high score list, the record-wise. I always like to grab the hammer, bust up a bunch of barrels on my way. Alright. Safe. Alright. Now the trick to doing this, I think, is just making sure that when you're going up those ladders, you never know if it's going to go straight down the ladder or past it. So, you gotta watch out. And this level is always one of my favorites, but it gets a little frustrating after you beat, I think there's 3 stages, you beat them and then the game resets with a little bit faster enemies, a little bit, you know, more barrels. But this little jumping thing, you have to time it just right, and the next time you go through this level it goes faster and faster, and you have to get a little you gotta do something different. I'll show you when I get there. And then this level's just a pain. These fire guys are pretty unpredictable. Alright. Goodness. There we go. In this level I don't bother with the hammers. You don't really get more than maybe 1 hammer kill. So it's not worth it. One thing I'm thinking of doing with this little, I guess, series, if I do more than 1 episode, is doing an episode where it's pretty much playing one of the no-brainer games like this. Of course I'm going to keep this game on my SNES Classic. I love Donkey Kong. But, and then the next episode, so episode number 2, would be playing a game that either it's been so many years that I don't know if it's if it holds up to childhood memories, or if it's one that I completely missed and people say it's one of the best games. Got quite a bit of those, actually. There we go, those tricksy ones that come down on your head. Woo! It was always really annoying because I wanted to get that fire guy with the hammer, but he's programmed a little differently. He actively avoids getting hit by a hammer. Maybe I'll try to get him next round. Ooh. I know if you just sit there and jump over barrels over, it's like technically, you know, you're getting 100 points every time you jump over a barrel, but you're losing the bonus faster than it takes to jump over barrels. So it's not valid. Woo! Barely made that jump. Whoa! See, it barely misses you on, I think, round 2. Round 3 is where you have to do the trick. You have to go towards Donkey Kong a little bit and then run back to the right to get to the ladder. So, man, I hate these fire guys. It was working out a little better than last time. Oh, shoot! First death, first death. Gotta get that purse. I'm assuming it's Peach's purse, one of her many purses that she has lost. Because I picked one up on the last level. Alright. So yeah, these guys, you gotta kind of bait them to get them to go up a ladder or down a ladder so that you can safely get past them. And it is possible to jump over them, just not a guarantee, because they change directions left and right really quick. Alright, come on. Here we go. Alright, I can do it. Oh, got it. Alright, third time through. I'm gonna see if I can get this fire guy, lure him, waste one of my lives getting the barrels close. You know, this is a death. Forget it. Abandon. Abandon. There's too many barrels. It's raining. Oh. Oh. Darn. Alright. The music in this game was always noteworthy. It's just the same, like, 4 notes on loop. The biggest change-up is when you get the hammer. And that's not much of an improvement. Oh man. Come on. Ooh. Right before the hammer ran out. Nice. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Got a kid sneaking in. Alright, had to perform some daddy duties, so give me a moment. Alright, resumed. And we'll just see how far I can get. It's been a little bit since I've done real well in this game. I've played it on, recently we got a Switch, and they've got it on the Switch Online. There's kind of like this classic games app if you pay for their online services. Come on, go down. And if you saw there, I was baiting him to go down the ladder. Oh, alright, I think that's the last time I can make that jump. And here's the tricky part. There we go. I think I can do that 1 or 2 more times or something like that, if I can even make it that far. Probably won't. I think the 4th level, the 4th playthrough of the 3 levels is where I usually make it to. Come on, fire. There we go. Take the long way. And run. too fast. Too fast. Alright, I think this might be it though. This is my last life. And technically this game cartridge is a combo of Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. So I'll give Donkey Kong Jr. a shot after I get a game over, which, like I said, I think I'm right about to do. Uh-oh. Let me up here. Let me save her. Oh man, okay, I can make it now. Make a run for it, you know what? Boom. Boom. Don't always go for the hammer. Nice. Ended up being worth it. I don't know how many points you need to get an extra guy. But, oh man, want that umbrella. No, I'm not gonna get it. Alright, I think this is gonna be the level though. It's gonna do me in. Last guy. And down comes the rain of barrels. Uh-oh. Get my concentration on. Alright. Made it. Didn't think I'd make it through there. So let's see if I can do this one. This is the one that's pretty much too fast to even humanly do. It's usually my game over point. I think I even have to come down here. Right. Otherwise the elevators go too fast. And, yep. Gotta go from the bottom. Gotta go from the bottom. That was a close one. Here we go. Gotta go for that purse. Go for the purse. Ooh, barely missed me. Boom, boom. Ooh, I made it. I'm doing better with this one life than I have through the whole freaking game. Hey! Here we go. But I assure you, if I'm able to beat the level this time, that'll be it. Oh, come on, come on. That was it. One more and I would have made it. So 906. Not too bad, not too bad. So, let's try Donkey Kong Jr. real quick. This one, it's been years since I've played this. I remember climbing on these vines. And fun fact about this game, whew, that was a close one. The monkey you are, Donkey Kong Jr., is actually the Donkey Kong from Donkey Kong Country, all grown up. Kind of weird. True story. I think this marks the time when... Oh! I was not paying attention. But Mario being the villain, he's up there with his whip. He's got Daddy Donkey Kong in a cage of some sort. Oh! Ah, I can do this. Get a shortcut in. Yeah! Here we go. You can climb faster when you're holding both vines. Woo! Close. You can go down faster if you're only holding the one. And I'm calling them vines, but I guess they're technically chains in this game. Looks like chains on this level at least. Darn it. Let's see if I can make it through. Here we go. I'm holding jump there to jump higher on that trampoline boingy boingy. I don't know what they're called. Ooh, I forgot you could hit those guys with the fruit. Ah, dang it. Well, Donkey Kong Jr. is pretty awesome too. It's been a really long time since I've played that, but yeah, this is definitely one that will stay on my system. So, thanks for hanging out with me. Have a good one. Peace.